France passed a sweeping new immigration law last year, and it's been the source of a lot of debate, both in Parliament and in our consultations. Paradoxically, despite all the headlines about stricter rules, the number of people who received French residence permits in 2025 was actually significantly higher than in 2024. In this video, I want to explain why, what actually changed, what didn't, and why France is still one of the best countries in the EU for a second passport. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wise Move channel. I'm Eugene, one of the founders of our immigration agency. The new immigration law has been at the center of intense political conflict in France. It's one of the reasons Macron's ruling coalition has been under serious strain. The left and the right cannot agree on what's already been passed, let alone what comes next. Throughout 2025, we received a huge number of questions about how this law affects people planning to move to France. The short answer? For the programs we work with, almost nothing changed in practice. Here's why. The new law introduces a lot of restrictions, but the vast majority of them target illegal migration. Undocumented arrivals, asylum seekers, people without any legal status. The French government, like many European governments right now, is trying to reduce the number of refugees and irregular migrants in the country. That's the political pressure driving these changes. The skilled migration programs, what France calls the talent passport categories, are explicitly excluded from most of these restrictions. These programs are designed for entrepreneurs, investors, researchers, employees hired by French companies, and people with sufficient financial means who want to build a life in France. They operate under a completely different framework. That said, there are two changes in the new law that do affect legal migrants, specifically people working toward permanent residence or citizenship. At the point when you transition from a residence permit to permanent residence, the required French language level has gone from A1 to A2. And at the point when you apply for citizenship, the requirement has gone from A2 to B1. For some people that sounds minor, but French is a genuinely difficult language, and the gap between A2 and B1 is meaningful. It's the difference between basic comprehension and functional fluency. If you're planning to apply for French citizenship in the coming years, factor this into your preparation now. Everything else about the path to citizenship remains as it was. So let me walk through why France still stands out. The Talent Passport Startup Visa lets you relocate in roughly 5 to 6 months. Importantly, you don't need to already have a running business. You can apply on the basis of a well-developed business plan. The residence permit is issued for 4 years. That's the longest initial permit available anywhere in the EU right now. No other country gives you a 4-year permit on the first application. The path to citizenship opens after 5 years of residence. After you submit your citizenship application, processing currently takes around 10 to 14 months on average. And France allows dual citizenship, which means you don't have to give up your existing passport when you naturalize. For most people, that matters a great deal. Let me put France in context against the other countries we regularly work with. Spain is a fast way to get into the EU. The digital nomad visa gets you a permit in as little as 2 months, but citizenship requires 10 years of residence, and dual citizenship is not permitted. The UK has a strong global talent route, but it's significantly more selective, and the timeline to actually get there can be longer than the numbers suggest, especially if your case needs additional supporting work. The Netherlands is a well-run system, but the initial permit is only 1 year, and dual citizenship is not allowed. Portugal now also requires 10 years of residence for citizenship, the same as Spain, on top of serious backlogs in processing. Italy is similarly 10 years. Germany can work well if your goal is to find employment there. We help clients get the Opportunity Card, which is a visa specifically for job seeking inside Germany. And Berlin processes citizenship applications in as little as 3 months, which is the fastest in the EU. But in other German states, the wait can stretch to 2 or 3 years or more. For France specifically, here's how the process works step by step. The first month is document preparation for your case. The following month, roughly, is the review of your application by the French Ministry of Economy or the Immigration Authority, depending on your route. After approval, getting your entry visa, a long-stay D visa, takes approximately 1.5 to 3 months. The D visa is currently issued for 1 year. Once you enter France on this visa, your clock starts. The time you need to accumulate before applying for citizenship begins from your first entry. You're not required to spend the entire year physically in France on the D visa, but you do need to enter, validate it, which is done online and which our team handles, and then after 1 year convert your D visa to a full residence permit, which is issued for 4 years. In 3 years of working with this program, we have not seen a single case where the permit was issued for less than 4 years. Everyone gets the full term. One question we get constantly: is it possible to hold a French residence permit without actually living there, skip the taxes, and still get a passport eventually? No, that's not how it works. At least not if you want genuine citizenship that will hold up. To have your citizenship application approved, you need to demonstrate that France is genuinely the center of your economic and personal life. In practice, that means spending at least 183 days per year in the country, filing French tax returns, showing that your children are enrolled in French schools if applicable, and demonstrating clear ties to the country. The immigration authorities will look at all of this carefully. There are people in the market offering what they call repatriation passports, forged archive documents supposedly proving your ancestors lived somewhere in the EU, leading to citizenship in 6 months to a year. This is document fraud. It's a criminal offense. Any passport obtained this way can be revoked at any time. It has happened before at scale, and when it unravels, people lose everything they built on top of it. Don't go near these schemes. If you're thinking about relocating to Europe, whether France or another EU country, book a free consultation through the link in the description. We'll help you figure out which country and which program is the right fit for your specific situation. See you in the next one.